Brenda. Please allow me to set the scene. I was sitting on the settee, quietly picking my nose. What emerged was what I do believe is the most remarkable specimen that I have yet removed from any of my orifices, Bren. That includes, of course, the one that I dare not mention. I felt a great deal of satisfaction, my dear. A satisfaction at a job well done. I intend to have the specimen encased in lucite where I will display it upon my desk at work, next to that picture from my colonoscopy. It shall remind me, and the world at large, of the value of perseverance, the value of a concerted effort and its potential rewards. I dare say I've had a most fulfilling morning, Brenda dear. May I ask what it is that you have achieved so far this God-given day? I say the preceding knowing fully well that you probably spent the morning squeezing blackheads.
Very funny, Todd. However, it is one of the qualities that I admire most about you. Your perseverance. I recall your pursuit of me. Then, of my mother, and strangely, my father.
I liked the way he moved in those slacks. Anyway, darling, I rooted around in my left nostril for perhaps 2.5 hours, having spent the previous morning with a Q-tip in my right ear with very little success. Getting back to my nose, dear, the pickings, if you will excuse a drollery, were quite slim indeed. I was almost at the point where I felt like saying, dash it all, I'll just go around the neighborhood sniffing bike seats.
But you stuck with it, dear.
Yes, darling, I did. I did indeed. By the way, can I just say here, that it is indeed wonderful and dare I say thrilling, to have us having a civil conversation for once. I haven't had an urge to throw your Royal Dalton figurines against the wall, nor have I compared your family members to the denizens of the monkey house at the zoo.
Your restraint is worthy of admiration, Todd.
Thank you, Brenda.
Please, dear, your story is proving most diverting. I haven't thought of sticking sharp objects into my body for 5 minutes now.
Alas, Bren, it was not easy. Not easy at all. Thoughts of my dear father entered my head. I was spurred on by his selfless actions when I was a lad. Now, Brenda, the closet I was forcibly confined to by my mother, though quite Spartan and redolent of urine, was indeed my entire world. My father, as well as my brothers and sisters, shared this closet with me, though not by force, but by choice. We actually preferred it to being with mother. She was a formidable woman, Bren. Oh, and she had the most beastly gas, and broke wind quite violently, especially at night. Oh yes, and she also had a tendency to have very violent dreams which she would act out. One memorable night, she stabbed my father with a corn-cob holder, when he was wearing his yellow pajamas.
How very uninteresting, Todd. However, I don't believe you have spoken of your family in such detail before. This is indeed a breakthrough, my love.
My father, you see, was a man of uncommon decency. Any other man, I truly believe, would have walked out under such trying circumstances, Brenda.
But your mother broke wind like my grandmother after a 5-bean salad. And she imprisoned you in a closet for weeks on end. The fact that he remained with that woman bespeaks a loyalty that is disquieting.
My father always regarded Mummy as beyond reproach. She could do no wrong in his eyes. I am ashamed to say that when she used him as a human ashtray one time, he made her try low-tar cigarettes, so as to minimize damage to her lungs.
Yes, Todd. I would dearly love to hear more about it, but I am more concerned with one other thing.
What is that, my dear?
You mentioned that you would display your amorphous and unsightly ball of snot upon your desk.
Yes, Brenda. What about it?
At work, Todd.
I am afraid that I do not understand.
Well, Todd, let me spell this out to you. You do not work. You've never worked a day in your life.
You say that as if it were a bad thing.
How long has this work been going on? And just when was I going to be apprised of its existence?
If I did not know you better, Bren, I might think you were a little jealous of my newfound work.
You? Working? I've never heard such rubbish. Oh please. The day you work, they'll be laying me out in a pine box.
Careful, Brenda dear. You are starting to channel your inner farm animal. And by which I mean your dear mother. She always wanted you to be a kept woman. However, Brenda, one cannot force the issue by sleeping in until 3 in the afternoon and living on cocktail wieners and vodka. Anyway, darling, you will be happy to hear that I will be chucking in the whole work lark. I am afraid that it is not working out. My work colleagues seem to resent me. I think it has to do with being young, university educated, black, and a woman.
University educated? Surely you are jesting.
But Brenda, like my brothers, I took medicine at university.
Yes, but only because you were all ill. I'll have you know, Todd, that I have many irons in the fire. Just last week I had 5 callbacks.
Yes, Brenda. I saw them on the call display. They were all from disturbed neighbors. You have been parading your bosoms, haven't you?
Jesus Christ. If a woman can't wear a low-neck top, I just don't know what the world is coming to.
Yes, Bren. A low neck top. How about no top at all? Pretending to shoot the children with your...
Yes, Todd, yes. With my breasts. You can say the word, Todd. Boobies. Tits. Dirty pillows. Shooting children with my mummy bags. Tell me, Todd. Is that a crime?
Actually, Brenda, I am pretty sure it is. Yes, I believe it is. Well, at least I think it is. It is certainly disturbing. And was it really necessary to ride the unicycle while doing it?
Now, Todd, I won't have that. I simply will not. That is my special time. My special time. Is that understood? Do you ever see me barging into the loo in the middle of your 4-hour bowel movements?
Blimey, you better not. The stench would likely destroy your ability to have children.
And I see the magazines you bring in there.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Are you insinuating that I might be engaging in some form of autoerotism, my dear?
Todd, you would need tweezers and a bloody magnifying glass to get started.
Charming.
At least you could clean up your mess when you are finished, dear.
Don't pretend that you don't stir the yogurt a bit when Jersey Shore is on. Jesus Christ. I'd sooner lick a Jack Russell Terrier's asshole than be a witness to that. Ah. We are pathetic, aren't we?
Yes, Todd. We are. Our discussions always seem to descend into an abyss of contempt and revulsion. Ah. It reminds me of Sunday dinner at your parents' place.
All cards on the table. I only said that I had a desk at work to make you, well, envious, Brem dear. I am truly ashamed of myself.
And I only pretend to pleasure myself during Jersey Shore for similar reasons.
You are a terrible liar. But I'll forgive you.
And I forgive you too, Todd. There is just one small matter.
What is it, dear?
The other day, during my biannual trip to the laundry room, I found some very suspect receipts in your pants pockets. Tell me, Todd, when did you find it necessary to take prenatal classes? Prenatal. Is there something you are not telling me, dear?
I did not want to spoil the surprise, dear, but I have some very good news, Brenda.
My God, Todd. Is it really true?
Yes, Bren. After years of trying, too.
Yes. Yes.
I have finally found some breathing exercises that relax me. We both know how anxious I get. My fear of most inanimate objects. Not to mention the letter W. The classes have been ever so much help, Bren.
I am so happy for you, Todd dear. Now our marriage can reach another plane of contentment.
Wait a minute. We're married.